Welcome back, everybody. You are still tuned into the Lowdown. Now, I'm very excited today because our next guest is the Lowdown's first royalty, Mike. Ooh. That's right. I want y'all to give it up for Miss World Universal Elite, Dr. Rosie Moore.
Yes.
Welcome, welcome. Love the crown. Love it. Love the crown. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Join me, join me, join me, join me. This is the first time I've had a guest on, and I didn't know to shake your hand or curtsy. I didn't. Or rum for rum. How you doing, Rosie?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I can't complain at all. I have a very special person here. This is a great day. This is awesome. Thank you for being here, first off.
Thank you for having me here.
Now let's talk about the elephant in the room. You have a crown, if you will. So tell me a little bit about the title Miss World Universal Elite, which is the best title I've ever heard in my life, by the way. Okay, not just the world, the universe together. Tell me a little bit about that pageant.
Well, I've been waiting for about 2 years to earn this title because, of course, we all know what happened in the world.
Yeah.
And there were so many delays in order to get to this crown.
Gotcha.
So my original title was Puerto Rico. I was representing the country for my dad.
Okay, I'm gonna clap for that. My wife is Puerto Rican. I'll be in trouble if I don't. Okay, so congratulations to that part. Okay.
Yes, I had not wanted to compete because my dad had passed away.
Okay.
And I felt like I didn't really want to do anything. I didn't want to do anything related to the charity, anything related to pageantry.
Okay.
But something in me kept saying, are you really honoring your dad?
There you go.
And so I decided to compete for Miss Puerto Rico. And of course, I got to be able to be in that category. And then it was hurry up and wait while the pandemic finished. And when I went to DC, where we had the pageant, I just did my thing. To me, it was more about the charity, the gift of life, which is why I do this pageant.
Yeah, you don't do it for selfish reasons. And we're definitely going to talk about that. You do it for a worthy cause.
Yes.
Which that's why I love having you on today.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And when I competed, that was really what was in my mindset. So I went through the interview process, I went through the stage process, and I'll tell you, I joke about it and people think, really? I really wanted to focus on what my purpose there was.
Absolutely.
And to me, just being on that stage with the other women was winning already.
Really?
Because in order to keep the numbers down, they only picked the top 16 to show up.
Really?
Out of hundreds of people that
so
applied.
Only 16 women were allowed to actually come for the pageant itself.
Right, because of all the things going on with the pandemic.
Absolutely.
They were afraid that if they started cutting numbers again, that they would have to cancel.
They
again.
would.
So,
only 2 women are invited.
So they narrowed it from 16 to 9. I was very surprised when my name was called. But the funny thing is, when they called the winner...
And you should not be. It's well earned. Yeah, you earned your spot there.
Thank you. But when they called the winner, I kind of stood there for like a second, and my not co-workers, but my co-sisters, they were like, "Go, you won!" And I was like,
"Really? You didn't even realize at the moment." So you're standing there, they're like, "Okay," and the winner is Rosie Moore. And you're like, "Ooh, happy for Rosie." "Ooh, I'm Rosie."
I didn't even know what I won. I didn't know, and it was like a deer caught in headlights.
That is amazing.
And I walked down, and of course, I thank God as I was walking down. But the very first thing, I had my flowers, and when you watch the video, I signaled to my husband who was sitting on the sidelines. I wanted him to be able to hug me. Of course, he couldn't get up there, but he did come up and give me a kiss. So I was like, that was what was so important to me.
Him being there and supporting you. Now, we got to shout out the fact that your hubby is in the audience right now, and he's here supporting you again. So good. Yeah, man. Like it. And like you, sir, I am married to a Puerto Rican woman. I know it's not your fault. Okay. Can we talk a little bit about your charity? Let's talk about Gift of Life.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about it.
Well, the Gift of Life started when my son was born almost 3 months early.
Okay.
He weighed 1 pound, 10 ounces.
Oh my.
He literally could fit in the palm of my hand.
Okay.
And it was totally unexpected. We didn't know. We were in the neonatal unit almost 6 months.
Okay.
And during that transition, while we were there, we would see families come in, come out. It was like a second job. They would come in and they all had like this very solemn look on their face.
I can imagine.
And one day we were there during Christmas time and we saw like these families and I'm like, wow, they're so solemn. What is going on? I knew what was going on, but like to be that solemn.
Absolutely.
So they had a mirror in front of the wash basin where you had to wash your hands before you go in. So my husband's washing his hands and I looked at him and I looked at the mirror and I said, oh my gosh, he has the same look like these other parents.
Absolutely.
Then it was my turn to wash my hands. When I washed my hands, I took a look up at the mirror and I saw this tired, unkept person. And I said, oh my gosh, we can't be this way.
No.
We serve a mighty God who
Amen.
allowed him to be here. We've got to do something, but we didn't really know what to do.
Okay.
So we thought, oh, let's just bring cookies.
Okay. Okay. First off, you see how happy I got when you said cookie? And I haven't even eaten one. But yeah, everybody likes cookies.
Everybody
yeah,
likes
it brightens the
cookies.
day. Yeah.
So we brought cookies to the nurses, but we realized, well, it's not the nurses that need the cookies. It's the families.
It's the people going through.
Yes. So once we went home, we came back that year and started bringing cookies. Then we got connected through work with someone who knitted bears and hats.
Okay.
And then they said, hey, can you use this? Our seniors from the Good Samaritan Village, they got on the TV screen. And this one woman, June Boehner, she recently passed away.
Okay.
But she headed the program. She was like 90. She passed away, I think, when she was like 98 or something like that.
God bless, yeah.
But she ran the program of people knitting bears. And she was on TV in the community, and she said, listen, we're elderly. We don't have anywhere, we don't do social media. We don't have anywhere to donate these. We lost the person who used to take them to the hospital. Can somebody help out? And so I said, who's this woman? Where do I find her?
Yes.
And so I approached her and I said, hey, I know you guys make 12-inch bears, but what about if you make 6-inch bears?
Okay.
And
A little bit smaller.
Smaller for our little babies.
Yeah.
And she went with the idea and she said, that would be wonderful. And we said, how much should we pay you? And she said, nothing. They are love bears. This is our gift for these families. Yes.
If that doesn't hit you right in the feels, nothing will. So how long has that been going on?
Since 2012.
Oh my gosh.
We became an official charity in 2014, but we grew from cookies to hats to the bears and now full-on care packages and then emotional support for families worldwide.
Tell me what it's like for the families who are there, who are experiencing what they're going through, feeling a little down, to just have you guys walk in with some cookies and something to say, hey, we know what you're going through. It's going to be all right. How do they receive that gift?
They, first of all, don't even believe that somebody cares about them. They consider themselves the forgotten families because when you have a baby, everybody's happy, the baby goes home, and it's like, yes, you got a baby. But when you have a premature baby, you're in the hospital, it's always a roller coaster up and down because you don't know, is the baby going to make it? What complications does the baby have? And it's 10 steps forward and 15 back. And it goes like that for however many months they're there. So they're ecstatic to have someone actually care about them. And to me, the gift of life is like a child. When you're out and you say, oh, this would be good for little Timmy, this little toy. Let's pick that up for little Timmy or something like that. With the gift of life, I'm always like, hey, that would be a good idea. How do we do that? And our executive director, Alyssa, she's like phenomenal. She will say, hey, let's go with that idea. But give me 90 days to make it make it in there.
So you're always thinking of others,
right?
Not just yourself.
Correct.
And that's why I think that God blesses you each and every day. Rosie, thank you so much
for
everything that you do if no one tells you that. Will you tell these people at home where they can follow the organization so they can help and give to you and help support those families in need?
Yes.
Okay.
You can find us at www.thegiftoflife27.org. That's our charity website. And then to follow me, it's rosiemore27.com.
That's beautiful. On behalf of myself today, a great guest, by the way, James John, Dr. Rosie Moore, and my main man, Tight Mike Randolph. Thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you. It's amazing what you're